Hey guys, it's me, T. Oh shit, I left my dress there. Fuck it. I don't know. I'm like, that's to get ready. Do I put it down? No, fuck it. I just don't even give a shit. So what was I gonna say? I like that's such a big thing. Like I completely forgot to move it. That was me getting prepared though. So you're welcome. I always try to be prepared. That is the way that I like to live my life. What was I gonna say? So thank you, 18, for making me that way. That's all I gotta say, because there is so much fucking joy in that and a lot less stress, right? When you gift yourself the gift of time, that's all I gotta say, and ahead of time, all right? So basically, I'm coming on here because fam is coming in today, and I gotta get you done, and I was like, you know what? I'm super excited. Happy St. Patty's Day. I forgot to mention that in the description box below. But happy St. Patty's Day. I'm super excited about life. Today's such a good and magical day. I've been feeling it for a very long time. And I'm just excited for the manifestation of all the abundance that we deserve coming in for us with the help of the fairies, the leprechauns, their pot of gold, all that jazz. Like just Sprady like excitement. I love it. All right, so so this is why I wanted to kind of come on a little earlier than usual, to just kind of not get this out of the way, but kind of have fun before the fam gets here, so that I can prepare and be prepared in other ways for when they do get here. The only thing I don't prepare is these freaking commentaries. And I don't know what it is, but I'm like, all right, everything in divine timing. Let me just do that in case one of you decide to pop on, or a few of you, or a lot of you. Give me 1 second, because I definitely always forget to do that. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I already pre-shuffled one set of cards, and today's going to be the career day. This is why I'm wearing blue. Oh shit, this is so exciting. Actually I'm wearing blue, black, and a little bit of gray, and a little bit of white, and yeah, it's all balanced out. Okay, so are we doing one at a time? Yep, I thought, holy, I get why they said do two at a time. All right. So usually I like to be one at a time because of the fact that it is, it's how you need to do, like everything. I just work while doing one thing at a time. I'm not a great multitasker at all. I like to like kind of start something and make sure I'm kind of like in the substance depths of it. And if I have to transition, I will. But usually I like to kind of do things one at a time. What was I going to say? And that's also helping with being in the now, right? So it just makes a lot of sense. But in this regard, they wanted me to pull up both at the same time, which is fucking cool. Now, I'm going to say this is the yin card, okay? And this is the yang card, all right? So I don't know how it's coming, like maybe it's like this, like yin card and yang card in terms of how to read it. But long story short, 2 6s, right? So 6 of hearts and 6 of clubs. So what this is, it's a whole lot of balance, and I'm not even taking this. This is exactly why they wanted me to do it together, is because I'm not really even taking the 6 by itself. Yes, they're 2 separate cards, but I'm actually getting to add them up, which is 12. But also 12 simplifies down to 3, right? 1 and 2 is 3. And 3 is an expansion of love. It's an expansion of creativity. It is basically the heart, right? I mean, love is also heart essence, but it's love in terms of just like there are like 3 points of love that I like to kind of what's it called? That I like to kind of know on the heart, which is, or like that I've pinpointed myself on the heart. It makes no sense. It might not make any sense to anybody out there, but that's basically what I've kind of come up with. Very interestingly enough, all right, so I'm gonna just kind of like flow with it. I'm not gonna break these cards down because they do want to be together. There's a blending of sorts in the heart that's going on in terms of two people. So the Six of Hearts is basically like a very well balanced yin and yang of the divine masculine, divine feminine within you. So that's going on an inner quiet level. Also, kind of, it could be more so like close to you in your home. What I'm getting is like smooth transition, as in terms of a blend of basically the highest and best person, of which you should be with, like romantically. But this is also like, here's what I'm getting is that the person that you end up with romantically is actually going to kind of be like your career catalyst in a sense. Okay, so that's like for a lot of you out there. I just feel like, and it's so funny because I can tell you right now, like I've always said that I like to keep shit separate, right? But I'm actually at a point in my life where I'm just kind of like, okay, I would kind of get it if there would be something of a blend going on with my divine life partner, right? Because of the fact that like I feel like there's a friendship being bonded, like in terms of like a friendship being kind of coming together, and that's the two kind of faces coming together. But also what I'm getting with faces, I'm getting like facets. Like there's two essences coming together. It's 222 as I speak. Yes, which is, thank you, A-Team, which is have hope and faith that this union is actually happening and in your favor. It's actually happening very much so in your favor. But also what I'm seeing is like the Chinese coin. There's a big Chinese coin, so it's going to be very abundant. I'm like showing it to you, but not really showing it to you. So that's basically the Chinese coin right there. But also the Chinese coin is kind of like a diamond of light is what I'm seeing. It's kind of like a diamond of light. It's like, you know, when people smile in commercials and it's like ting, like that's what's going on here. There's some sort of blend of brilliance going on in terms of, you know, the facets of maybe brilliant minds coming together. Again, very auspicious, very fruitful, very compassionate and passionate. I mean, this card is like red and pink, right? So that, and red and pink, but also green. So red is passion, pink is compassion to me. And I've always said it's a career is a beautiful blend when you can have both compassion and passion together. And also add the third one, which I'm talking about, the number 3 in terms of expansion, is healing to it. So passion, compassion, and healing. Holy shit, you have that in just one person. Imagine two people come together, there goes the 6, right? So it's like a 3 and a 3, and then the 6 as like a balance. It also, this is a very balanced, harmonious blend too. That's definitely, I may have said that, I don't think I did, but that's something that like sparked in me, where again, oh, maybe this sparkle of what I was talking about, the ting, is actually a spark that goes on, that happens like in terms of catalystness. Okay, there's something kind of like where these two people either end up meeting for the first time, or something different happens in their world where it's just all about, it's the blending of a union between, you know, the divine feminine, divine masculine, and also creating a catalyst of change, allowing love to be the foundation of it all. Okay, so that's super huge. All right, hence the heart. Okay, so what was I going to say? Also, this can, oddly enough, the 6 plus the 3 that I just kind of like added before is getting a 9. So you could be closing out one cycle with a person that you really were kind of, that you thought your heart was supposed to be for them. Okay, so it's kind of like, and this could be like a father healing, this could be like a mother healing in terms of like whatever, like your love for that. Because sometimes it's interesting, there's like, also this could be something of a partnership too, and I'm talking about any type of partnership, but really, like, I mean, I'm talking about, this could be a business type of partnership is what I meant to say before. So, you know, that could be something where, you know, you're ending one, and here's the thing, here's what's really funny in life, you could be ending, you could be ending a relationship with one person who might be like, let's say in my life, like it's a father figure, right? You could be ending a relationship with a father figure, and yet it kind of transitions into a romantic figure, right? That's going to be popping up into your life, or that has replaced that person. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like there's it's very interesting how in one aspect of your life, so it could be family, and then you could be letting go of family, and then all of a sudden somebody comes in for your career, right? So it's just it's very interesting how that can happen. So never kind of think that it's going to only happen one way. It's I've noticed that I'm like, oh, you usually I would think that if you let go of, like, let's say a friend, you know, just like a regular, not a regular friend, because friends aren't regular if you know how to choose them right. They're not regular at all. Um, Friends are blessings, actually. So if you choose, if you depart or grow out of a friendship with somebody, which again is a super blessing to have known them and to have learned from them and all that needed to learn from them, like, to let go of that friendship, you would think you would kind of bring in another friend to kind of balance out the scales of things, but it's really not like how it happens. The universe sends you what you need and not what you think you want, okay? And sometimes it's both, actually. Sometimes they send you what you know you need and want, and so there you go, the blend is like gifted to you, right? So it's never, sometimes never one or the other. It could definitely be both. I'm all about the blends of both, like, for sure. Because that is definitely like the best of both worlds, and I love it because it's super expansive. So talk about creativity, love, expansion, like it's amazing, right? The number 3. Also, the 3 is past, present, and future. So it's kind of that also could be uniting in two people. It's like the past, present, future. I mean, the yin card is also the past, so that could be somebody coming in from your past, and somebody. What I'm getting is like the divine masculine, whoever's coming in from the past, really is jumping out at me. Like, he's more so being very, he's coming up very prominently, like in terms of like I think there might be an essence where maybe he just shows up or he puts himself out there. Maybe that's like the divine masculine energy that's going on today. Don't know. But there's something that it's like, I feel like they're putting themselves out there. And especially when it comes down to their heart, or in a heart-like essence, like in a heart-like manner. Okay, so, but they're doing it very, like, I just heard the word strategically earlier. So they're doing, what's it called? They're doing it, strategically. It's like a well-balanced way that they're doing it. It's not like, even if they might come off like bluntly, like they've thought about the bluntness. Do you get what I'm saying? Like they want, like, it's a little bit of like impatience / like, let's do this / I've already thought about it, let's make it happen the way that I see it, that type of thing, right? So, and what they're telling me is like interesting. It's like, just say yes to it, just like flow with it. Excuse me, because I feel as though this is definitely growing you. Definitely growing you on a personal level, but also, it's love and expansion. Sometimes you have to compromise. Sometimes, and I am of the traditional manner where I like things to go down traditionally. So I am, in a sense, like, I am my own leader, but I'm also a follower to what is better for me, right? So when I say that I'm a leader, I'm actually a follower of the universe. I'm actually a follower of my angels. I'm a follower of, Grandmaster G, Grand Majesty G, my higher self, all of that. Like, so again, on one scale, you could be a leader. On the other side, you could be a follower. But it's like, the whole thing is, it's like, you choose to follow who you want. And not only that, but you can never just say, oh, I'm just a leader in this life. And because it's like, no, just like with student and teacher, you're going to be one or the other at different points in your life. So you're just going to have to accept it. The fact that, in a relationship as well, or in a partnership as well. And I think I'm really taking this more so as a partnership, just because we are talking about career, right? So the partnership, and not only that, but in a relationship, you have to kind of base things around being of a partnership first for things to kind of have a better foundation and literally have a better sense of longevity, right? Um, what else? There's something very interesting today that happened, and I'm getting this right now too, where it's like there's a zone in going on, okay? Where I like literally, this is the second time I like zoned in on this eye, but not on this eye, but I zoned in today, and I haven't done that in the longest time, where it's like kind of like the Piscean energy that's going on is like, well, we're coming out of maybe. It has you kind of in a dreamy mode, but also since we're going into Aries, it's like direct, right? So it's just like you are super, so again with this divine masculine energy, that could be also like an Aries trait, where it's like a guy about to spring out, right? Like thinking about it maybe even, but also using the third eye in order to do it. That's what I'm saying. Like it's sometimes it's easier just to say yes, because you have to trust the third eye of other people, right? It's like you're not the only one that has a third eye in this life. So it's like sometimes you just have to say yes for your life to be expanded on a really positive note. But also, and then like go with the flow with like what works for you, what doesn't work for you, like that type of thing. You have to kind of make sure that make sure that you can just fucking shift, right? Shift and flow and all that jazz. Um, okay, that's so funny that I just did that, because there's a lot of magician energy going on today as well, which is funny because I feel like it has a lot to do with the divine masculine side too. So, so going back to what I was saying about the eye, it's like you could find yourself like literally like focused somewhere, kind of like a little kid, focused into zoned in on a TV show, like when they're like zone out. Like you could find yourself doing that today, and that might not even be you, but that's a very cool transition of you are kind of doing the right thing for yourself. You're allowing yourself to imagine. And that's actually, to me, it's a form of meditation too, which is so interesting, where it's like you just like zone out, you don't think of anything, and you're just like staring into space for a second. And I was thinking, actually, interestingly, they're telling me not to say it. I'm like, okay, you're right. I won't say it. So that thought has been sideswiped. So long story short, because it was kind of like it was about to be real on a negative form, but I didn't know where I was going with it anyway, so it's like fuck it. But what was I gonna say? But there's a freedom with this fusion, okay, going on. That's also what I wanted to say there. There's a what's it? Not a fruitation, but a fruition. Like there's fruitiness going on with it, like kind of like abundance is what I'm trying to get at. Okay. Are we moving on to the next card? Yeah. Okay, so here's the next card, like I've shown you, Six of Clubs, which is Happy St. Patty's Day. That's all I gotta say. So there's like a lot of, and I want to say, interestingly enough, there's a lot of self-love, but there's a lot of love outside of you. It's kind of like, with this card, it's like radiating out of you, but there's something super electric and magnetic about it. It's like there's this, on a bigger scale, it's kind of like there's this growth happening. There's this, you are being a form of a lighthouse is what I'm also sensing, because it just gives me the lighthouse vibes. And it's like you are absolutely magnetizing to you, because there's a horseshoe entrance. Anything that needs to enter your life to make it better, okay? There's also, this symbolizes to me, there's a completion of a healing that went on today, that is basically, was super needed, okay? And it was creatively done. So this creative light that's coming out of you in terms of, you're the lighthouse. It's like, there's light coming from you, exuding out of you in terms of your healing. And it's also really like, I mean, your light is reaching distances, okay? But also, but also it's like this blossoming that's happening creatively too on the creative front, where, see, I'm getting like the orange is kind of like the invisible, okay? So you might just see like in your world, like it's just really funny how this card is also super depicted, because it's like, okay, like if you were to look at this and just take it in its very simplified version, like if you were to minus out all this orange, you would see the blue type of tower, right? So this is the tower is usually like people are afraid of it because it has a lot to do with change and sometimes like very quick pace change, but at the same time, um, it's not bad at all. It's like if you and again, if you resonate, and now that you do resonate with, I'm just gonna say that I just saw 2020, so I don't know if that resonates with anybody, if that was a sign for anybody. But what was I gonna say? This basically is like a very quick pace change. Thank you, 18, for some sort of a confirmation. Of yeah, the highest and best kind, we're gonna just say. And so if you were to like it, so basically to me the orange is the invisible, and like, so okay, you don't like, this is, I feel like this is you standing tall in your power. There's a lot of change going on within you, because see, if you kind of take this card with me wearing blue today, this is you. It's like, this is me, this is the card, and this is the card where it depicts you. So I just feel like this is you. Also, like on the invisible front, you're kind of like, you really are sending out these electric vibes that haven't been there before. They're very different. They're very high frequency vibes, okay? Also, you might also be having family come in where they haven't arrived just yet, but when they do, they'll notice this in you, and this could be family, friends, or whatever, but these bamboo stalks are kind of like representing people to me, like invisible people that haven't come into your life yet. They could be coming in today. It could be a group of people that you're working with. And I don't know what, okay, so this is really interesting. I don't know why I'm getting this. It's like, I'm also seeing like Vegas lights here. Like there's like Vegas, like there's an entrance to a casino or something with these, like how they depicted the floor at the bottom here with these lights. So it could be like somebody's traveling to Vegas, but also this could be like something like spur of the moment. What I'm getting is like you're going through not the rabbit's hole, but like you're just going in it, like you're moving forward, because this entrance has a lot of depth to me. So it's like you're moving forward in the right direction. This is definitely like a good luck charm, because again, we have, the clubs as a good luck charm, the bamboo, the light, the horseshoe. I mean, the whimsicalness of it all, because maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, but you see the winds. It's like like that's all on the invisible front. It's like that's all of your ancestors kind of like making these changes happen for you. It's kind of like a whirlwind essence. I think maybe that's why people don't like this card either, because it like could strike a whirlwind, But a whirlwind in the essence of, it's really not bad. It's so just like for your forward moving energy, which is kind of needed from you and your life, because I just feel like lately, like your life hasn't been that forward moving. You've been kind of like, working on you, doing what you need to do, like in terms of kind of even, I know this kind of keeps on coming up, but it's like more of like self-sacrificial shit. But I feel like this is like the thing that's coming in, the boom that's happening, is basically for your inner child, where your inner child is literally feeling an excitement. Okay, so basically you're saying yes to whatever offer comes up, or whatever people have to say, like if they're getting you crazy or whatever. It doesn't matter, because this could be like a little like shocking or crazy or chaotic, like in a sense. You're just the entire time you're saying yes, you're like focused on the depths of how you can actually affect or make your inner child happy. Okay. This also could be the blend of you and your inner child together, like your inner, like if you guys want to check out my Facebook post, I kind of posted something up in terms of like just acknowledging your inner child and how that's been coming up. So this really could be like a very happy, well blended, mature person of maturity, but also like, spirituality, common sense, and like practical, spiritual, that type of thing, along with basically like a responsible big kid. You know what I'm saying? Blending your responsible, mature self along with the children, your inner child. And, that could be you, like, really well balanced today. You know what I'm saying? I like how our faces match. So, that really could be it. And that could also be what I'm getting is like a keyhole here from the same little like Chinese coin that I got. It's like that could be the key to what needed to change in your world so that you can kind of like really come out in your and stand in your light power. Oh, I like that. Stand in your light power. Yeah. So it's like that's basically what you're doing, and all these people around you are kind of like, I want to say, in support of you, even though they might not have been in support of you before. But now it's like, no one can fuck with me. No one can fuck with me. It's like that's the culmination of all of your really, like, I'm going to say hard inner work, because sometimes that shit's not easy. So that's where the hard work comes into play for you to have this outer like result of, okay, people are not recognizing me, because you're not doing it for the recognition. But it's like, this could also be where your creativity shines out loud, by the way, today. Like, you could have been doing something. I can tell you this right now, in terms of my feng shui. So this is just one of the possibilities that it could be, which I never thought of. But it's like, I actually feng shuied the house before these people came in to bring in more light and more love, right? And more space and more just breathing room. And, that was how I creatively, like, kind of sent out my light, right? And also, like, cleanse the space of my home by doing a little bit of feng shui. And again, this is career for me too, right? So it's just something that you might want to think about in terms of, if you want to bring more light and love and freshness into your space. It's a really I'm just getting pure guidance on here. If you want to bring in pure guidance, which is very interesting, that's something that you want to kind of bring, do for your space, so that you can kind of just have this clarity of how to move forward and also navigate change better. Feng Shui is awesome for navigating change, not nagging, navigating change. And minus out the fucking nagging. How about that? That could be a reason why you do Feng Shui. I don't know why that came up. What else was I going to say here? Yeah, so there's like, so you've done a lot of inner work where it's like, yeah, you've attained all these levels, and now people that, I'm not going to say below you, because I never want to use that, but it's more so like people that have been around you and are growing in their own ways now are kind of understanding you, because they're feeling. This is also a feeling card where your light comes out, and it's like people can feel you better. That's interesting. So and you're bringing these really good luck, well balanced vibes into a space, into other people's energy fields. You're magnetizing really amazing people that are of your kind today, which is like believers of like basically the people that would resonate with the believing of what you believe in. Are kind of being attracted to your light today as well. So you could definitely, it's beautiful. It's like such fairyland. I love it. And that's what I was doing a lot of today. It's like feng shui, I call the shots today. I was like, I'm a feng shui fairy. Like, I've known that secretively. But the whole thing is like today I got to like just kind of mingle and like, toss myself around all over the house. I know it's a crazy visual, but like that's what I was doing. I was hopping around the house, frolicking fairy status, with feng shui. So that's what I was doing today, and this also could be like you letting go of a lot of fears today, because I can tell you that right now, when you feng shui too, you let go of a lot of fears, which is so freeing. So it's kind of like, I'm a feng shui fairy for freedom, because that's basically what it is. I know that one person might have like an issue with me, but again, that person has been replaced, and even though no one is replaceable, yes, they can be in a sense, and I won't go into that, but it's just, yes, they can be, and especially if you are an ungrateful person, you can easily be replaced. Put it that way, because no one gives a fuck at the end of the day. With ungrateful people, that's the real truth. It's like no one's really gonna give a fuck, and that's one thing that I was taught actually by this person that was let go of, or that was outgrown of. They taught me that only like at a funeral can you see if a person was good in their life, because it all comes down to how many people are going to visit you at your wake, right? And that always kind of stood out to me, because I said to myself, that's actually very true, because that's the only way that you would know if a good person, died, because people will want to be there. People will remember how they fucking were treated. You know what I'm saying? So the interesting part is, why I brought that up, I don't know. Why did I bring that up, A-Team? There was something about it. Is that no one gives a fuck about unkind and ungrateful people. They really don't, because they have the choice to not fucking show up to your funeral. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's like, that's really how, so it's like, not that you're going to be alive, but you're going to be a spirit, and you're going to be able to see who the fuck shows up at your funeral. That's what I really purely believe in. So it's like, make sure that you're not, listen, the more kinder, the more of peace, and the more gratitude filled you are in this life, is you will literally live an easier life, to where, I'm not saying you're not like going to learn anything. No, you're going to learn a lot of different things. It'll just be easier on you to learn it, but also you won't have to learn so much in the afterlife. So it's kind of like, just take it easy, go with the flow. Definitely, I just love the balanced cards of both of these in terms of the yin and the yang. So the yin is definitely divine feminine, the yang is definitely divine masculine colors, and it's just like they're working side by side today in terms of just like your inner and your outer are very harmonious. You know what I'm saying? And that I think is why they wanted me to blend it. It's like, it's not the 6 and 6, not just feminine, it's not just masculine. It is the unitedness of it, which creates the again, the 6 is 3 plus 3, or however which way you want to put it, but in a more balanced sense, it's 3 plus 3. And so it's like it's inner self-love, it's outer self-love. So it's inner win, outer win. Also with the divine masculine, it's inner win, outer win, so it's just kind of like, there are basically two types of infinity magic going on. So again, 88 abundance, but also you add the third, and it's manifestation plus abundance, which is miracle working today. Okay. So I just feel as though Spirit is totally behind all of this, always and forever. So thank you, Spirit, and hallelujah to you, because we need all of the miracles we can get around here. That is for sure. Even though we're fucking grateful for the miracles that we have now, there's always room for more. And that's what you do also with feng shui. You make room for the miracles, okay, to happen. It's like, do you rather hold on to stuff that you don't love, or that doesn't spark your joy, or would you rather more space in your home, or your place of work, or or where you sleep, or whatever, for miracles to come in? It's like, that's basically what you're juggling, like in terms of decision making. It's like, you rather have a clean and spacious space, so that you can make room for the miracles, and also, see them when they come in, and be even more grateful, and feel that amazing, light still and prolong that light. It's like, it's literally all about the maintenance of it. I love it. I love it. Actually, before I hop off, are we moving on to the next card deck? Yeah, sorry, because I was like, let me just not be like, okay, bye guys, because I've done that before, where I'm like, hold on, and then I forgot that I'm whipping out a miracle card today. So, let's put it this way. All right, so A-Team, I'm now asking for the highest and best miraculous card to show up, to be placed at the top of this deck. And thank you so much for doing so. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's a lot of miracles coming. That's all I gotta say. Look at all these cards wanting to hop out. They're excited. They're excited. You want me to stop shuffling right here right now? Here we go. Oh, nice. Leo. And that was something that was coming up today too. That's so funny. So Leo is coming up, which is the Sun card. Wow, that's crazy. Talk about miracles. Total confirmation of miracles coming through. 3535 just came up, which is also about a whole lot of manifestation and abundance, because it adds up to 8. So the Sun card is yellow. It's the light that I was talking to you about. It's like coming out. It's like movement in your life. You're working on that. The Leo is the sun, even though it's funny, the sun's actually not here today, but like it is here, but it's just behind the clouds, because I think it's just kind of, it's sitting in limbo right now to kind of get ready to fucking bust out. And I think that's basically what we're doing too. It's like today's a little bit more of a cloudy rest day, maybe, like we might not be so on fire, but it's like we about to be on fire. Okay, that's what's going on in terms of this career day. It's like electric. It's the light, like I said. It's also courage. It's also heart. So again, your heart on a yin level, so on an interior level, is creating your luck outside of you. So that's basically, and that's always going to be the case, guys. That's literally a timeless piece of wisdom right there. It's like, this is why you follow your heart. This is why you treat your heart right and other people's right. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. No, I'm going to say no matter what, but also I'm going to say, so majority of the time it'll be you, and some of the time it'll be God, because sometimes you can't handle it. Sometimes, like sometimes it's like your human essence really cannot handle it, so you give it over to God, and it's just like, that's what it is. So and that prayer comes back down at you in terms of how to treat them a little bit better than what you would if you were just alone here, roaming around here on earth without having any sort of spiritual source of guidance and direction coming through. So what was I going to say? So the Leo, it's interesting. The Leo, they're telling me like the three letters that make up Leo is 3, right? Again, so it's just like adding. There's a lot of love, a lot of light coming through, a lot of heart-based stuff, a lot of luck, and growth. Growth is definitely coming through on an infinity level. So this is kind of like your God card for today, but also midday card, which is like your happiness card, which is legitimately happy, right? Like this is legitimately like your happy card. So yeah, so you have a lot of backing up of all that you've done right in your life, okay? That's now about to, and again, I love these cards because these are another 8, they depict another 8. So it's like basically a blend of your heart and your luck at the same time in terms of what you've been manifesting outside of yourself, doing the effort on the inside and the outside. They're literally coming together very strongly in this sun fiery way, and you're about to be your strengths and or what I like to say is like your inner glory, but your glorious strengths are about to shine bright through the glory of I'm going to say God, because that came out too, which is the 3-lettered word, but also through the essence of a Leo, which is, like I was saying before, Aries came up somehow. So it's like Leo and Aries kind of have the same like effect for me. It's like, it's just like go, so it's just like you're really taking it all in today for you to kind of just like really be yang in terms of how you are going to just like show up in your world, in your career. Okay, there's something maybe that the world needs for you to shine bright on that's happening in your career, and the best thing to do is definitely think it out. It is Mercury retrograde, so you know you have to think a little bit before you leap, because I'm all about like feeling, right? But so it's like feeling before you leap. Absolutely, that's always going to be the case. But now, and it's okay to leap with just the feeling. But I feel like with Mercury retrograde, it's kind of like, since it's all about like thinking, like the mind, or communication rather. It's really good to give yourself the time to feel, and then to kind of give yourself the time to think and have those two merge together, right? And then leap, like after it's like out, which I don't know what the date is. I was going to look that up earlier today. But it's sometime, I think, either the first week of April or the second week of April. It's done. It'll be done and over with. But like, you know, again, the thing is, we kind of have to like still continue living our lives. But if you're like signing any contracts or anything of that sort in terms of career, I'd hold off. You know, and I just say that the timing wouldn't be right for you. But at the same time, feel into it, because if it is time sensitive, then just know that your spirit, which is very prominent in this card, has your back. They've created that for you, so don't put any fear into it. Just bless it with a whole lot of love and just fucking pounce. Okay. Bounce actually has been like a serious word in my. I'm going to say a very again, prominent word in my life, so I'm going to just use that word again. But yeah, so bouncing is happening. Bouncing is definitely happening. And pouncing. I mean, Leo, pounce. Hey, that happens to the animal like esque of a Leo, right? They pounce. So that's hilarious. All right. So, and again, a lot of creativity going down. So you are going to be shine your light bright with receiving your creativity, but also, wow, you're receiving a lot of creativity and the willingness to be more yang about it, which doesn't have to be extremely yang. It could be receiving, but to also give enough. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's that type of life I love, where it's like you're receiving enough, but also giving just enough. But that's also kind of, by giving just enough, you're being just enough active, like in terms of outside of you, to give enough. Okay. There's something also. All right. Do you want me to express that? Yeah. Okay. So there's a revelation that I had the other day too, which is very interesting, and I want to share here, since we're talking about giving and receiving and the infinity symbol and all that magician stuff. It's beautiful. Here's what it is. I've been downloaded to be aware of the fact that the divine feminine in its natural state is a receiver. Okay, so men, don't get pissed off that the feminines are a receiver, okay? Because what they do on an energetic scale, again, talking about this invisible energy, is that they actually they are very giving with their energy on an energetic scale without them having to do anything. Okay, what I'm saying, that like literally, they could be sitting and they'll still be like exuding really good, great energy. I'm going to put out there. So, because I feel like a lot of dudes judge women for being like, yo, you're too much of a quote unquote gold digger, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, like you're just lazy, whatever it is, right? So the thing is, it's like, you just have to understand that that's how a female works, is like the energy of it is already, just by you being in the presence of a female in her right mind, I'm going to say, is already enough for you to kind of keep yourself going as a divine masculine. Okay, that's all I'm going to say for that. Then it's like the divine feminine needs to understand that the divine masculine must be a giver, okay? Because of the fact that they, and physically a giver, okay? Because they are the receiver. So what I want to say here, here's how to better put it. In their natural state, they have to be a giver, okay, in order to be a receiver, and that's what it is. They are a giver. They like to, and so the divine masculine in their natural state are givers, and so to the divine masculines out there that are giving a lot because they're judging the female sex too much, you are actually hindering yourself and putting yourself out of balance energetically in terms of actually allowing yourself to receive more. So if you're like calling a chick a bitch or whatever because of the fact that she's expecting a little bit more from you, or she's like saying fucking her piece or whatever, and you're like, well, you're not doing much, you're just sitting there, she's doing you a favor by sitting there, because she's allowing you to be more of a masculine, to go out and be the go-getter that you are, rather than just competing, right? Competing or causing this like imbalance amongst you guys. So so just understand that the natural state, the invisible state of a female is to receive. The natural state of a divine masculine is to give. And what they do is they go outwards to go, go, like, if we're going to go back to like the hunter and gatherer, mentality way back when, it's still here today, from our ancestors, but also the aspect that we haven't really changed much, right? There's divine masculine, divine feminine. That's how it's always been, right? So the whole thing is, if you understand that more from a spiritual standpoint, you will be more well balanced and wholesome and happy in your life, rather than competition mode, rather than non-love mode and comparison and comparison in a negative way, and also not allowing a person to just be who they are. So I am very grateful for all of the men out there that are of the giving state, because they've realized that, and this goes from every which way, the more the divine masculine is a giver, the more he will receive and become more abundant. They don't realize that. So a lot of the guys like to hoard their fucking shit, like their money, or they like for the chicks to like bang them, right? Like they like to like attract all these chicks and like have them receive for their ego. But the whole thing is, it's like, if you want to, thank you for the confirmation, if you want to live a more egoless life, which is a more happier life, where you're not all in control and you're actually just happy to be here. That's like how I like to say. I love to call myself that. And that's from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's like, I'm just happy to be here. That's literally what it is. Living that simple and happy. If you want to live just even a genuinely happy life for yourself, you have to be okay with being more of the giver, so that you can receive and not cut that, or block yourself from those blessings, or cut yourself off from those blessings. Do you get what I'm saying? So, and also I want to add, in the bedroom, like, the people who know about that shit are having a good fucking sex life, right? The other people who don't know, they're unbalanced in a sense where they're not bringing happiness to the bedroom, so they just have a sucky sex life. I mean, who the fuck wants to have a sucky sex life? This is why I'm giving you these revelations that I'm having, because it's just like, just don't be a judge of what is natural, okay? Don't be a negative judge of what is natural. Just go with the flow of what is, and you'll see that, and it's funny because we live in a society where women are made to be more like givers. Like, they have to give so much because they're the nurturers, but the nurturer is more of a, guess what, guys? The nurturer, if you look at this card, it's the horseshoe. It's a horseshoe, like a horseshoe with the two hands on this, like, I don't know how I'm even depicting this, but two of the outside kind of hands of the horseshoe. That type of like circular-esque is a nurturer. That's what the female does. She literally just like holds space for you. That's all that it is. So when you have a good female in your life, you better really kind of respect the shit out of her, because the fact that she's there to hold space for you, she's there to kind of yeah, what I'm going to say is coddle you when you need it, because that's what we women do in a sense, and we're okay with that, because that in a sense is what's needed. That's a love that the divine masculine needs in order to feel as if he's manly to fucking go out and fucking get more, goods for the home in a sense, like, whatever it is, whether it be business, whether it be whatever. It's like the man who is loved at home is going to be successful in the outside world, and that's really that's what's so true about it. So to the divine feminine, don't fucking judge in terms of, the divine can do better or whatever. The divine masculine can do better. It's not about that. It's about you doing better for your divine masculine, and your divine masculine doing better for you in the outside world. I mean, to think about it this way, what's coming up for me is like, there's a lot of cheating going on in the world, right? I don't condone it. I don't console it. I don't do any of that shit. Okay? That is not what I'm trying to fucking talk about here. I'm just saying there's a lot of cheating out in this world. Why is there a lot of cheating? Because people aren't courageous enough to speak their fucking heart out, okay? Where they're able to be like, yo, first of all, they're like not full on believers where they think that they can get love and good sex, like, good love and good sex. They don't believe that. Second of all, they think that whatever is in their heart is not able to be expressed, right? So they feel as though their heart is not deserving of both, all right? There was something else I wanted to say there before, but I just jumped. Either way, it doesn't matter. So what I'm trying to say is like, so one of the main reasons as to why, anybody would go outside of their relationship, for instance, or steady relationship, long-term relationship, short-term, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, what am I talking? A committed relationship is what I'm getting at. The only reason why they would want to go out is literally because they don't feel nurtured enough in their lifestyle with that person. Okay, so nurturing is a back and forth thing, guys. Like, it's something that, and it comes in different ways. So you have to really, one thing to really note too is the love language of another person to make them feel more nurturing, but also not use it against them. So many people, want to know your love language to kind of like use it in their favor and not so much for yours, which is really fucked up. You don't do that shit. I've had that done to me before too, and I knew that it was happening, but I was like, all right, I'll just let you go with it. Because but I knew that it wasn't out of love that they were taking on that piece of information. They wanted it for themselves so that they can make sure that they kept me around longer. But I'm like, that's not how the universe works. That's literally not how it's like everything is built off of genuine meaningfulness, okay? Or else, what the fuck what else would the fucking purpose be of us all being here, okay? Like, there would be no fucking purpose of creating in general, right? Because when you create something, you create it with a purpose in mind, with something, light-filled in mind, with something, for the many, for your healing, you create, actually, something that came up to my mind is like I didn't start out a religious person. I'm still not a religious person. I believe I'll always be a spiritual person, but I'm open to the wisdom that comes from religious people in terms of the open-minded religious people, okay? And one of the things that I was taught the other day was, I was going back and forth with a friend, and she said something along the lines as, I can't seem to repeat it verbatim, but it was like, it's not worth living life if you're not living it for God, right? And I was like, yo, you're absolutely right, because the thing is, it's like the reason why you're getting up in the morning, some people don't have a reason and they want to fucking kill themselves. But the reason is you're getting up for your creator. You're getting up because what the divine has created for you, whether it be a house, whether it be any kind of noun, person, place, or thing, it doesn't matter. You literally have to get up and kind of take care of that and maintain that and make it really beautiful and shiny and nurture that to the best of your abilities as a man or a woman, right? Because you could be a bachelor living by yourself and you still have to fucking get up and do your shit, right? So the whole thing is, it's like, so again, you need to get up so that you can kind of express your gratitude towards all the shit that you have, and, you know, tinker with it, perfect it, clean it, you know, you just do anything and everything, blend it, you know what I'm saying? Create magic with it, right? Like we were given so much. We're so lucky to be alive at this day and age where we're given so much material to work with, and yet people are still fucking unhappy. And it's like, because you're fucking ungrateful, dude. It's like, that's what it is. Like, you rather be complaining, rather than fucking creating. How about that? So replace all, and that's literally my prayer out for the world today is, may all of our complaints be transmuted into creativity for ourselves and for other people. And that's basically it. That's all I want to see in this world. I don't want to see fucking complaints. I just saw 55 even, which means the divine is making pure loving changes towards that prayer. I love that. So so blessings of pure love and light, and white light and white magic, in terms of manifestation, abundance, and just clarity in the right direction, and creativity and all that good jazz, happiness, joy. Enjoy your St. Patty's Day. And yeah, do I share one of my wishes? Okay, one of my wishes is, they told me yes. So green light on a St. Patty's Day. That's a damn good one. Okay, so here's one of my wishes that I want to put out there. I want to go to Ireland and watch the river dance production in Ireland in and of itself. Like, that's what I want to do. I absolutely, because I was reminded of the river dancing today, and I'm like, oh my god, I fucking love river dancing. And so the whole thing is, it's like, I literally will be putting that out there. Oh my god, a green card! Yes! For confirmation that and it's Libra. So Libra is all about that love. So thank you, Spirit, all of those that were Libras in the past. But they basically, I want to go and visit Ireland at the same time that the Riverdance productions are there, and that's the only reason why I want to go, to literally go. Like, I want to have that be my I guess, like, achieved mission while I'm there, like my focused intention while there, but also totally open to all the magic that can meet me there when I am there. So that's my dream. I'm going to stick to it. I'm super excited, and that would get me super high on life. I just saw 5656. We'll have to look that up. But it's 11, so that could be, you know, happening with the divine spiritual life partner. Also romantic, and also BFFL. That's because I want nothing less. I want all of it in one. In one person. So so that's super exciting. So enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.